Welcome. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about, yes, how to stay positive in this environment these days of heavy news and people just kind of really feeling stressed. And I just see a lot of people that are, not feeling great. So 10 ways that can help you get through the day, hopefully change your mindset. So stay tuned, listen to the 10 ways to make you feel a little better, upbeat. And also at the end, I have a bonus that I'll be sharing with you. So the first one is gratitude. Having a gratitude journal or even practicing gratitude in the morning and at night it has been a lifesaver for me. I started years ago journaling at the beginning because at first, when you're not used to having a practice of just remembering to just wake up in the morning and just think about it, the simplest things to be grateful for, it helped me. I would just write it down, and then I would go to bed. And at night, I always have like a little bit of a kind of a prayer, something that I set my intention before I go to sleep, because that helps me sleep. And I always kind of go over things that I'm grateful for, no matter what kind of day I have had. So gratitude journaling really makes a difference. And it also starts to shift and helps you shift and reflect on your day, and always kind of see things on the upside. I'm a half girl kind of person, but I go through days that are really tough, just like everybody else. And it has really, really made a difference for me. Second one is staying active. So exercise or movement releases endorphins. So there's going to be days where you're just really tired, and I get it. I have those days often too, so depending how I slept or if something triggered me, and that depletes my energy. But I never fails if I do a practice, like a yoga practice, or I go to the gym, or I have a nice good walk outside with nature, my endorphins fill up and I feel so much better. So that's number 2, and such a worthwhile gift to give to yourself. So the third one is surrounding yourself with uplifting, positive influences and friends. So you can follow my channel, where that is just my goal in, trying to live the best life that you can. And the practices that I do for myself, and that I teach, is really about living in joy and having a healthy, vibrant life. And the other thing is, notice how the people that you surround yourself with. For example, of course, we have family members or really close people that we work with, and it's a little tricky to navigate through if they have, let's say, heavy energy or a little bit more negative. However, what I can say for what I've done is that, yes, there's always going to be those kind of people, but I slowly kind of shifted the kind of work that I did, or I stepped away from people that were just heavy, negative, and that kind of shifted my energy. And an example I can give is that if, let's say, for example, that you haven't been in touch with a family member or somebody a friend, and they have this tendency to be addicted to negativity. So a lot of us are just sort of, this is how we live. This is what we're used to. What you can do is that you can have a short conversation with them. I say short because be aware of how you allow yourself the energy to be given away, and listen to the person. They just want to be heard. They just probably want to vent. And then you could just say, oh, you know what? I've got to go. I'll talk to you soon. And keep it short. That's one of the things that help. And the other thing that helps is also, if let's say you're working with someone, I know someone who is, their environment, there's, a particular person that they're having trouble with. And I suggested just watching them observe them, because this is just the way that's their MO. That's what they do. They have this like negative energy and they just want everyone to feel it. And you can just kind of, again, step away, notice it, and then go back to doing the work that you do. And just know that you're always doing what feels right for you. And just, another thing that you can do is listen to my podcast, like that I share, or other people. There's just so many uplifting things that can bring your spirit up and give you that positive vibe. So the fifth one is kind of related to like the last subject that we were talking about, limiting negative media. So the news is pretty heavy, especially these days. And we all need to be aware of what's going on and, keep up to date. But we need to also be careful how much we're consuming. So maybe, put a timer on. Just say for 10 minutes, I'm going to check. I'm going to check the social media or the news. I'll give myself a little window time to just see what's going on in the world and then step back. Because if you constantly listen throughout the day, that affects your mood. That affects how you feel. On the other side, if you watch the news, you read up on things that are going on, current affairs. But then after, let's say you start reading books about how to, take care of yourself, a good story, maybe even like some movie that you watch that just feels happy and kind of just lightens things up. These are also other things that can really change and shift the mood of more of a positive mindset. So the next one is practicing meditation and mindfulness. Now that, of course, is the area that I practice, and it keeps you present. So why does this help so much? Raising your vibration, keeping you more in a positive mindset, is you're just seeing things as they are, but not being attached to the outcomes. That's one. There's many examples. Meditation creates a space. It's not something that you're thinking, oh, I'm going to completely be calm and chill the whole day. No, what it really does is that it allows you to settle the thoughts that are going on and kind of, yes, quiet in that way, but it's creating space for you to just say, is this right for me or this is not? And then when we do that, we can see like, does that feel good? Does that feel good inside of me? And we can only feel the effects of it if we take time to check in with ourselves. And so that is what meditation and mindfulness does, is it slows things down for a moment, declutter your energy, your mindset, your thoughts, declutter, and then you kind of go, I know what I need to do. And when we do that, we become a lot more lighter and freer to make the right choices for what we need. And when we make the right choices for what we need, then that feels really, really good. So the next one is number 6 is engaging in hobbies that make you happy, that you just love to do. So I have a friend, she loves to, when she's journaling, she loves to add extra color and stickers, and it just makes her happy. She just likes to see the overall look of it. It is a way to be creative. Some people love gardening. I love to paint. That I really got back into a few years ago, and I try to, sketch or paint a little bit. And I notice that time kind of goes by. It relaxes me in a different way. Being creative, hobbies are creative. So if you make anything, if you're into making furniture or pottery or fixing things, some people like to fix things, and they do that because it's just a way to use your hands. We are meant to like work with our hands. Some people like to cook. And there's so many ways that it's any type of hobby that is just anything that brings us joy. And the other thing that's really nice about hobbies too is that you can get together with groups of people to do these hobbies. So there's maybe, people are going to make soap together or play games together, whatever it is. And so that's also another really healthy way to uplift each other and just get, again, that positive vibe that just enriches our life. So number 7 is helping others through volunteer work, and that just boosts our mood. So when we're active again in the community, that just feels good. And it doesn't have to be huge. It's not like, if you want to be part of a big movement and you volunteer your time, that's incredible. But there's little ways to volunteer your time as well. And one of the things that I like to do is, I walk my dog in the neighborhood, and I love to just sit down with neighbors and just talk with them. And I had this great experience the other day. He's a gentleman who's aging, and his wife has passed away, and he just wanted to talk. And you know what? Because he's a little older, he had great wisdom. I shared my experiences. He was kind of had a spiritual background, so we sort of connected. And he shared about his wife and his family and his kids. And he was a lovely person. And that's a beautiful way also to volunteer. It could be a neighborhood thing, it could be a community thing, or it could be a big movement, whatever that is. And you just generally walk away with a smile on your face and a smile in your heart. Okay, number 8 is maintaining a healthy diet. Well, that's an ongoing thing. You see that all the time. People talk about eating healthy and how to, what's right for you. What's right for you is, that you need to discover and maybe do like a little bit of research. I'm not a dietitian. What I could say on my side that changed my life in quite like big degree is when practicing yoga, you just automatically need to adjust your diet a little bit, things that are easier to digest. So whole foods are just so much easier to digest. And the other thing, what happens is foods affect your mood. So, they always say, like, if we eat too much sugar or things that are too heavy, it affects our moods. We either will go buzz up and with sugar, but then we crash down. And the other is we eat heavy food, and then we're just feeling lethargic, and then we just don't feel good, and we feel bloated, and all of those things. And I know that it's not easy sometimes with discipline, right? And I don't say do things in big ways, do things in small ways. So just to, in a mindful way, just to notice, instead of making big changes, just notice, what you consume, how does it affect your mood? And maybe you can make little changes and see if you go, that is good for me. And you know what? I do less of the other stuff now and more of things that just make me feel a little more comfortable in my body for whatever I eat. Number 9, getting enough sleep. Well, it depends on the person. I like to get enough sleep, but at my age, being close to 60, sleeping, I think as you get older, you don't sleep as well. I hear that from people in my midlife and older, and then plus like the pending hormones and everything changing in the body. What I can say, no matter what age you're at, and I can even say it for my son, I know that he works a lot creating things, and maybe he does go to bed a little bit later, but he's pretty consistent, generally tries to keep a certain time he goes to bed. And I think that if you get a good routine most of the time during the week, then that's the quality of sleep that you want. So it's the inconsistency and if you stay up way too late, then and you wake up in the morning, and of course you just don't feel good, and if you don't get enough sleep, then we're kind of grumpy, and totally affects our mood, and I'm sensitive to that. So I try to get try to get the rest that I need. Another thing I could suggest, if getting quality sleep. So let me back up. If you can't get the quality of like a long night, then maybe take little rest moments during the day if it's possible. That's what I try to do. So the last one, 10, is setting yourself small, achievable goals and feeling the accomplishments from them. There's something that's so rewarding if you take a small goal. For example, you say that you're going to try to go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, and you're like 10:30, 11, but you're sort of sticking to that, and you notice a couple of weeks go by, you're feeling a little better, and you go, you know what, that was pretty good, and that feels good. So things like that, just small little goals, and they boost your morale, and you feel like you're having a shift. You feel the shift within you. So just to recap on everything that we talked about, I would say the 3 main things that just feel right, that just create a positive mindset, is practicing gratitude. All the time, just practice gratitude. It's easy, you can do it anytime. And the gift about gratitude is that even when you've had a tough day or a tough week, or maybe even like a tough few months, you can still find something to be grateful for. It makes a huge difference in your morale, and some days are better than others, but gratitude is a gift that keeps on giving back. The second thing I want to mention is the goals, what excites you, and celebrate the milestones. Celebrate your milestones, and the next thing you know is like, you know what? I don't. That doesn't affect me as much anymore. I don't find that attractive. The negative thoughts that I'm listening to, or the negative conversations that maybe some people are having. I'm not so attracted to that. Kind of like the other vibe that's going on. And the last one is do something kind for someone else. So just like I said in the previous one, where, maybe just talk to the neighbor, smile at a person, say hello, offer to help carry something. It just feels good and just lifts up your your mood and lift up somebody else's mood. And we're just kind of just bringing that together. So these are great ways to practice staying positive. And I hope this helped you. So this was the whole thing, and I just want to thank you for staying till the end to listen to the 10 ways to how to stay positive. I hope that you can take something from it and practice it for yourself, or maybe buddy up with somebody else. I would really appreciate if you give a comment, like it, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that would be amazing, because my goal is to share this kind of energy with other people, good vibration, especially on the days when we really need it. So many blessings. Thank you so much.